Good morning. Welcome to the Community for Conscious Living weekly live broadcast. Today is Sunday, February 16th of 2025. The Community for Conscious Living is a community dedicated to personal transformation for universal harmony, healing the planet by making inspired changes in ourselves and in our daily lives that create a sustainable environment and a peaceful world. Personal transformation for universal harmony. It's never been as important as it is right now, and it's always important. This is a time of, great turmoil in our country and around the world, but it's not a time to be going into or getting stuck in trauma, shock. That trauma response is to take that deep inhale and hold it, right? It's and hold it, and it gets us stuck there. So this is not the time to get stuck in that or drop into despair or depression. This is a time for us to take that energy that's coming in and use it to move us forward and into an expansion. This is a time for us to ascend, for us to elevate our consciousness, and really more than ever work toward that universal peace that we've been talking about for so long. So in today's meditation, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to use a series of divine powers, calling on divine powers, divine names, to help us to embrace that constriction that we feel right now and let that move us forward into a state of expansion, right? There's two divine names. Again, if you're listening to the recording of this, you can find it in the blog post. If you're here with us live now, it's on the website on the Community for Conscious Living /hall. You'll see the list of divine names. So we're going to use that to just help us to use this motion, this natural motion and the natural rhythms of it to help us to move forward and release, right? Release, open, and expand into higher states of consciousness than what we have known. So we really want to harness this energy and use it today for the greater good, of ourselves and for all of humanity and our planet. So let's go ahead and come into our circle. Let's come into our circle sitting side by side, shoulder to shoulder, elbow to elbow, knee to knee, coming together as one. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. And let's bring everything to face forward into the center of the circle. Use all of your focus and attention and willpower to bring your eyes to face into the center of the circle, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your throat center, your heart center, your rib cage, your belly, your hara, and your hips, everything facing directly into the center of the circle. And together we call on our source. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your pure divine light. Just imagine this pure divine light streaming into the center of our circle, streaming in, and it's radiating from that center and falling on your skin, in your body, your sphere, and let yourself take in that light into every pore, through every pore of your skin, through your eyes, through all of your sensory perception organs, because light is cleansing, it's purifying. Let it come in through your eyes, through your nose, through your ears, through your mouth, and through all of your subtle energy centers. Just let this light come in and use your breath as you inhale. Really draw this into your body and let it travel through your neurological pathways, cleansing and purifying, cleaning up any of those constrictors in there as best it can. And as you exhale, just blow out any constriction that you feel, anything that's loosening up. Just let your inhale, as you inhale, draw that light into your body. And as you exhale, just release and let your body like be the receptor, right? And let it travel through you as you release your constriction and your any places where you might have your guard up. Just let that light travel through your pores, travel through your neurological pathways, all the way into your central nervous system, your spinal column. And as you exhale, just release and blow everything out. Anything that's ready to release, let it go. And again, inhaling in that pure divine light. And just feel it coming from your back body, from your sides, from the front of you, from beneath you, from above you. And as you inhale, draw it into your center, that vertical core of your body that runs from the top of your head all the way through your body, front to back, halfway side to side. And as you exhale, drop down and land into your hips. Drop into your hips. Feel yourself sitting in your seat. Dropping into your hips, landing in your body, into your pelvic bowl. And just let yourself upright your spine, lengthen your spine, like if you have a string pulling at the top, very crown of your head, like that. Imagine that's pulling your spine straight up. And to do that, your head has a slight downward tilt. It's not looking up, but lengthen that vertical core inside of you and let that light concentrate along that vertical core. Like imagine your body like a light bulb, and along the very center of your light bulb, you have a filament, and the electricity runs along that filament to light up the entire bulb. So this vertical core of your body is like the filament of your light bulb, and your energy body, the sphere that surrounds your physical body, like your physical body, your energy body, are the globe, the glass that surrounds the filament. I'll let that filament at the very center of your body, let it absorb the light, and let the electricity run along that vertical core, along that light. Let the light run along the filament at the center of your vertical core. And as you exhale, just release any of that that's being cleansed and purified from your nervous system. Just blow it out with your exhale. And again, together, let's call on our source directly in the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate. We call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your unconditional love. And now you can turn your heart center toward the center of the circle and just feel this gentle waterfall of unconditional love streaming down into the space right in front of you. And turn your heart center toward that waterfall. Right, just let your heart space, there's a funnel that comes from the front of that, and let it turn toward that gentle waterfall, and use your breath to inhale that unconditional love into your heart center through the center of your chest. And if your chest feels guarded or constricted, you can give some tapping at the very center of your chest, and you can expand it out around your chest, up under your collarbones, and back to center. Just releasing any constriction. You can use your fingertips to feather down the sides of your neck from the base of your ear down to your collarbones, releasing that constriction in the throat. And again, tapping up under the collarbones and into the center of the chest. And as that constriction is loosened up, again, use your breath. Just scoop it up with your inhale and blow it out with your exhale. Any of that constriction that you feel in your chest. And as you inhale, and let that unconditional love flow in through your heart center, through with your breath there, and let it go deeper into the center of your heart each time you inhale. And let it be like it's excavating that pathway. As you exhale, release anything that's constriction that gets moved when you inhale that love into your heart. And with your next inhale, let it go in even deeper. As you exhale, release. And let's let your heart center release and soften and relax with each exhale. And again, with this next inhale, just draw all of your energy into this vertical core at the center of your body. And as you exhale, drop down again, land into your hips. You can give a slight engaging of your lower abdominal muscles to like anchor yourself into that lower pelvic bowl and into, there is that, you hear about the lower dantian point, that's just a few fingers beneath your belly button. Take that all the way into the very center, halfway front to back in your body from that center point, and anchor your weight and your consciousness into that space. That's the center of gravity of your body. And you give a slight engagement of your lower abdominal muscles. You can feel yourself anchor into that space. This is a space, when you move from this space, it gives you balance, right? And stability. So feel that balance and stability as you anchor into that center of gravity in your physical body. And then let your energy body like lean into that vertical core. And excuse me, from here, inhale, like leaning into your heart center, and inhale that unconditional love and let it flow in to meet you, to fill your heart center and to fill your entire vertical core with unconditional love, and allow yourself to be loved, right? The function of love is loving. So allow yourself to receive this love and to be deeply loved into the core of your body and in every cell of every fiber of your being. Just let it open and receive this unconditional love. Let yourself be loved. Let yourself be loved. Be loved. Be loved. You know how everything has a purpose, and to fulfill its purpose, to serve its purpose is what gives joy, what gives fulfillment. Love loves to love. So to receive that love, it's fulfilling for all. It like completes that cycle of energy. Energy moves in cycles, and it has to have a constant flow. It wants to be in flow, in motion. So receiving it, when you receive it, right? When we block the flow of receiving, it's like blocks the flow of energy. But when we receive it, it can be assimilated into us, and then we become that love. We become that love. We're able to share it with others. And right now, that's something we all need very deeply in our world. We need to be the anchors of love and light and compassion. We need to be receiving it so that we can be effortless in our giving. It makes it much easier to really be in love and compassion with others and to exude that in a way that becomes effortless. Now is a time for generosity of love and compassion. So again, let's call on our source together. In the name of the one most merciful, ever compassionate, we call on you. We ask you to send your essence of your eternal compassion, the compassion that is the existential compassion that contains our entire existence and is infused into everything in our entire existence. It is the existential compassion. And as we call on this eternal compassion, eternal because it is within time and beyond time, beyond the time-space realm. So let it hold you completely. Just imagine this divine power of compassion completely surrounding you, holding you, enveloping you. Compassion is loving, it's accepting, it is connection, it is caring, it is understanding, it is affirming, and let yourself feel held by this compassion. And as you are held in this compassion, just let it seep through your pores, let your body be like a sponge, and let this compassion be like an ocean. The compassion is an ocean of living consciousness, right? And let this ocean of living consciousness be absorbed into the pores of your sponge and saturate your entire body with this eternal compassion all the way into your vertical core. And again, as you inhale, draw all of your consciousness, all of your energy into this vertical core. And as you exhale, drop down, land into your pelvic bowl. And let your entire being rest along this vertical core, right? Again, upright your spine and let your being take up that space of your vertical core, merge with it as it is infused with this pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion. And let yourself just stand in that and rest in that and absorb that. And lean into your back body and just receive, like leaning into the space just in front of your spine, and be like an open cup and receive the flow of pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion. And continue with that breath. I'm going to read from Fauzia's book on divine names, the 99 healing names of the one love, from Rosina Fauzia Al-Rawi, who is one of our teachers. And I mentioned at the beginning that I was going to call on some of the divine powers. And there's two in particular that I want to start with today. And let me just say why. As I said at the beginning, when we go into a trauma response, the natural physiological response of the body is to take that big gasp, inhale, and then hold the breath. And there's a lot of wisdom in that, right? Because that makes us quiet. It makes us still. And that's a defense mechanism, right? When we feel that we are in danger, we just take a deep breath in and we freeze. And that is a protective measure that the body takes. The divine names that we're going to call on today are Al-Qabid. And again, they're on the website at communityforconsciousliving.com/call. Al-Qabid. And that is the one who contracts. And then we're also going to call on Al-Basit, which is the one who releases. Now, there's a special significance about this pair of divine powers. So that's why I want to read from Fauzia's book. What we want to do, one of the reasons why I thought of these initially before I even read it, was because they, like that motion, right? We want to kind of lean into the body's natural inhale, natural contraction, natural constriction, and use that motion like to continue its cycle, move through what it's here to move through and release, right? So we want to just go with the natural response of the body and let it have its full range of motion and release. And that's like priming the pump so that for all these things that are coming down the pike, that have come so far and that are still yet to come, that we have this motion and the body can remember this motion of when you go into this constriction, this contraction, that we can have the full motion and go all the way through whatever it is we're going through in that moment into the release. And the release releases us into expansion, into widening, broadening, opening. So let me read now. There is al-Qabid and al-Basit. Al-Qabid, the one who contracts, al-Basit, the one who relieves. And to spell it, Qabid is, the transliteration is a Q, A, B as in boy, I, D as in David, Qabid. And Basit is B as in boy, A, S as in Sam, I, T as in Tom. Al-Qabid is the one who stops, the one who puts pressure, the one who seizes the heart, who can conjure difficulties or depression, leading to isolation and despair. This is the time when tears flow, the time of quest, when nothing has taste or meaning, yet it is also the time that can, like no other, bring you closer to God. This is like when the soul is pressed as if through the eye of a needle. When you're given great difficulties, use it. Do not complain, wail, or crumble. Do not just beat your chest in despair. Now, we may do a little bit of that along the way, and that's okay, but don't stay there. Don't get stuck there. Let the movement knock on the deep layers of your heart. So with al-Qabid, we want to like call that divine name and feel that place of constriction in the heart and really like let yourself feel it. Let yourself feel what your heart feels, right? There's a reason for that. And remember, you are in this place of pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion. So before we start this, like really bringing in these powers, I want to read al-Basit, and we're going to call on the unseen support team. You can do that right now, right? Call on your unseen support team, your source, your angels, your guides, healers, helpers, all who are here to support you on your earth journey, the prophets, peace be upon them, and really call on this unseen support team for help. And bring, again, all of your senses, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, throat, heart, solar plexus, rib cage, belly, hips, everything to face forward. And like you're facing directly to your unseen support team. And from the depths of that constriction in your heart that feels the pain, that feels the sorrow, that feels the anger, that feels the despair, that feels the helplessness, all of that, just bring that to face directly forward, this unseen support team, and ask for their help. Ask for their help. This is, and I'm going to continue reading here. And meanwhile, just stay in that space, feeling what you feel. Al-Basit is the time of lightness, the state of happiness and success when our heart expands. Allah, God, has opened the doors for a human being, be they the doors of knowledge, good manners, physical features, material goods, or children. Al-Basit comes from the same root as the word for carpet. We human beings cannot understand the whole chain or all the threads that together form the carpet, but we do have the capacity to feel connected to everything, to rise up in the air, to become a flying carpet or a carpet of the soul, carpet of the wind or a carpet of the soul, and inhale the freedom of unity. Al-Basit often induces an all-embracing, holy consciousness where we feel wide, huge, and magnificent, where we feel we contain everything and rejoice in God's all-embracing love. When you repeat Al-Basit at the depth of your heart lightens up, your sorrows and worries fall off, and everyone who sees you takes you into their heart. Now, the people who carry the quality of Al-Qabid are capable of protecting themselves. Al-Qabid, the constrictor, the contractor, are capable of protecting themselves from bad influences, and they can help others to do so too. The divine name Al-Qabid is used above all when people are tyrannized by their surroundings or mobbed. And there's a prescription here to repeat this name 903 times, and you will be protected. Al-Basit, if you make it a habit to repeat this divine name, peace will grow in your heart. Repeating this name reduces stress, while income and respect increase. Repeating Al-Basit dispels sadness and doubt from the heart, replacing them with joy and trust. When we repeat the two divine names, Al-Qabid and Al-Basit together, our heart begins to see the divine is at work as much in contracting as in expanding. Slowly, our heart learns to touch serenity in all states and situation, and it reaches a state of composure that grows on an increasingly firmer ground. The faith in God's goodness, mercy, and wisdom. Whether we are given the one who seizes or the one who relieves is not in our hands. Yet what we make out of those states, that is our responsibility. When we can be brave and confident in both, when equanimity and serenity can expand in both, then our chest and heart begin to expand in ecstasy and we experience divine vastness. And that is our third divine name. But first, let's stay with Al-Qabid and Al-Basit. And when you feel Al-Qabid, again, when you feel that in your heart, that contraction, that constriction, and what that brings forth in you, right? Let yourself, and just temporarily here, let yourself really go into it and feel it and take it straight to the divine, straight to your unseen support team directly in front of you, and just breathing that love and light and compassion right into that space in your heart. And as you exhale, just give it directly. Give everything from this place in your heart directly to your source, to the angel guides, healers, helpers, all who are here to support you. Remember, Al-Qabid is when the soul is pressed as if through the eye of the needle. And on the other side of that eye of the needle is that expansion, is that lightness. So let yourself, as you feeling that Qabid, and bring that to your unseen support team, as you release that despair, whatever it is that your heart is feeling, that stress, is let yourself be drawn through the eye of the needle into that place of Al-Basit. Al-Basit, right? And you know how we talk sometimes like the soul moves through the cosmos like the jellyfish, right? So let yourself, like, as you constrict or contract and feel that inner, that place, let yourself, as you move from there, let yourself be propelled through that eye of the needle into this place of expansion where you can open and really like take in the ocean. So again, Al-Qabid, Ya-Qabid. Ya means oh, and it's an invoking, a calling on. So Ya-Qabid, calling on the contractor. And if you're not comfortable with using the names in a different language, just use your intention, use your language of choice. Al-Qabid is the one who contracts, constricts, and Al-Basit, the one who releases and widens, expands. So Al-Qabid, feeling that place in your heart, turning it directly to your source, to your unseen support team, letting it draw you through the eye of the needle, sloughing off any of that which causes that, or that despair, which keeps you in that despair and that depression and that angst. Leaving that behind as you go through the eye of the needle, and Yabasit, opening, releasing, and expanding. Yaqabid, and again, turn everything use all of your will, all of everything that you have that you can muster, turn it directly to your source. And from that place of sincerity, if you feel the pain in your heart, if you feel the sorrow, the sadness, again, breathe that love. Let that love from your source and your unseen support team, let them really fill your heart with compassion and with love and with whatever is needed for your heart to heal. And as you exhale, so let it just draw you through that eye of the needle, leaving everything behind and opening into this place of Yabasit, releasing, opening, expanding. Yaqabid, Yabasit, Yaqabid, Yabasit. Let me slow it down. Bringing everything to face to your source. Yaqabid. Letting it draw you through the eye of the needle. Yabasit. Letting yourself open and expand and receive. Just be in that ocean of living consciousness, which is the eternal compassion. Let your body be like the sponge and absorb this compassion into every cell. Absorb this unconditional love and pure divine light into every cell, every fiber of your being. And again, feeling that place of constriction inside, Yaqabid, turning it directly to your source. Letting that love and compassion and healing come into this place, and let yourself be drawn through the eye of the needle, leaving everything else behind, everything you don't need of the constriction, leaving it behind and opening into Yabasit. And feel it in your body, feel it in your heart, feel it in your breath. Use your breath to support your, getting into your heart, moving forward through that eye of the needle, releasing and opening your whole body to expansion. And really use your breath, use your physical movement, physical motion if you need to, if that helps you. To really get your body into it, feel it in your cells. However, if you want to stand up and do the physical motion of moving, if you want to sit and do the physical movement of really, and feel that constriction and the contraction in your heart and in your physical body, wherever you feel it, really let yourself have this time to feel it fully. Whatever emotions come up in this time, they're very important. Bring all of it to face straight in front of you, to your unseen support team, to your source, prophets, angels, saints, healers, helpers, guides, all who are here to support you. Ask for their help from the depths of your heart, pleading from the depths of your heart. And breathe in that light and love and compassion. Let it draw you through the eye of the needle, taking you forward, leaving all the attachments to the material world behind, into what's happening in the material, and let yourself move through that eye of the needle, Yabasit, to releasing and expanding, opening, widening, and receive. Let your body be like the sponge. Receive this pure divine light, unconditional love, eternal compassion into every cell of every fiber of your being. Be like the sponge. Take it in. Invite your cells. Speak to your cells. Invite them to open and receive. Open and receive this light and love and compassion. Let your entire being be infused. So this becomes the consciousness that you carry. You become the beacon of light and love and compassion. You become the container of light and love and compassion. This is a time in our world where we need each other. We need each other in our full light and love and compassion. We need to be able to lean on each other, to care for each other, to be loving and compassionate and generous with each other as much as possible. And this is how we absorb that, to be that, so that we're not like pulling from a place that hurts. Right? That actually, and when I mean hurt, it's not that we don't come together and share our pain with each other. I mean, there's a time that when it's, I guess not from the place of hurting, but from the place of depletion, right? We give from the full cup. We don't empty the cup and then scrape the bottom and scrape the finish off the cup. We're giving from the full cup, right? So again, Yaqabid, feeling that place of constriction in the heart and letting that, turning that to your source, letting it draw you forward through the eye of the needle, leaving the pain behind and that which causes the pain behind, receiving into the depths of your heart that pure divine light, unconditional love, eternal compassion, and opening as you pass the eye of the needle into the space of expansion, Yabasit, receiving the light, the love, compassion, and whatever of the divine powers that you need. They're all within you already. So let them be like attuned. Let yourself be attuned to these frequencies of these divine powers and let them be awakened from within you. Let them be turned on and attuned to the highest frequencies. Let that be turned on and attuned to the highest frequencies in every cell of your body. Again, speak to every cell. Invite them to receive. Invite them to be turned on and attuned to their highest frequencies, pure divine light, unconditional love, eternal compassion, whatever it is that is there to be attuned and turned on and attuned in your cells, all of your cells, and let yourself just feel the vibration of that electricity, of those divine powers as they are turned on in your body. And let yourself become. And if you feel more constriction in your heart still, just continue Alqabid. Let yourself like go through the motion of the constriction. Take that deep inhale, turn everything toward your unseen support team, toward your source, prophets, saints, angels, healers, helpers, guides, and breathe in that light and love and compassion into that place as you give that tension, that stress, that sorrow, that despair, that depression, whatever, give it straight over to them and receive that love into your heart. Let it draw you through that eye of the needle, leaving the things that impact and affect you, just leaving those on the other side of that needle as you move through. Sit, open your being and receive, like a sponge in the ocean of love, light, and compassion. Let every fiber, every cell within every fiber of your being receive. Invite them to receive fully and let the cellular consciousness be transformed into these higher vibrations. Every cell of every fiber of your being, let them be awakened, tapped, tuned, and turned on in every fiber of your being. Let every fiber of your being resonate with these higher frequencies of light and love and compassion. Let it fill your cup, completely fill your cup so that no matter what happens in the world around you, you are vibrating at these higher levels, that you can be a support. You can be one who exudes light, love, compassion. You can be a beacon in the world no matter what's happening for yourself or for those around you. Breathe and breathe and breathe. I'm going to read that next divine name, Yawasiat. Yawasya. And Yawasya is the all-embracing, the all-reaching, the endless. It says, God's fullness embraces all beings and things. This divine name manifests greatness, power, and open-handedness, and it shows God's boundless generosity and all-encompassing presence. The root carries the meanings of to be wide, to be well off, to hold, to house, to have capacity, to have room, to contain, to comprehend, to include, to be large enough, to be possible, to be permitted, to be generous, to make rich, to be engaged extensively, to stretch far and wide, roomy, spacious, vast, extensive, capacious, patient, forbearing, big, tolerant, generous heart, wideness, plenty, abundance. Alwasya is the one who can hold everything and who makes space for everything. He widens that which is narrow or limited, be it on the personal, financial, or professional level, and through God's open-handedness, makes space for new paths and opportunities. So let's call from this place of expansion, Alwasya, it's really open to contain, to make rich, to make generous, to make that which encompasses all. Yawasya, Yawasya. The all-embracing, the all-reaching, Yawasya. And just let yourself, these are divine powers that exist within you, right? So when we call on them, it's like tapping the tuning fork to awaken that vibration and that frequency that is inside of you, to wake it up, to turn on and attune to the highest vibrations, the divine powers within. So you become, right? We are here, we've forgotten our divine powers, and we're here to remember them, to embody them. So again, invite every cell of your body, every fiber of your being, everything, from your skin, your hair, your nails, from your connective tissues, from your fluids, from your organs, from your sensory perceptors, everything. Let them be tapped, turned on, and attuned to these Yawasya, the all-reaching, and that all-embracing, really fill up with all possibilities, the richness, the abundance, so that you can have the full cup to be generous for yourself and for others, and let yourself be expanded, right? No matter what is happening in the world around you, nothing can trump your divine powers. When we get into that survival mode of the trauma, we constrict ourselves and shut ourselves off from our own divine powers, right? So doing this exercise to move into the state of expansion, nobody can take your divine powers away from you. Those are within you. They're in the root of your consciousness, of your living consciousness within your physical material being. And no one can take that away from you ever. It is within you. No matter what happens to you in the material world, you still have this. So use it and let it be your anchor. Let it be your anchor. Right? Priming that pump. If you find yourself constricted, you'll pop it and turn everything to your source. Let it pull you through the eye of the needle. and y'all boss it and let yourself be filled with this expansive energy. Let yourself be filled with the love, the light, the compassion, anything that your being needs. Then Yawasya, the all embracing, all reaching, opening to all of the possibilities, to the generosity, to the abundance, to the richness. And let yourself, again, let those divine powers come in and tap your tuning fork, awakening this vibration, these frequencies within you, to turn them on and let every cell of every fiber of your being be attuned to these frequencies. Ya'abed, Yabasit, Yawasiyat. And that's W-A-S-I, and then there's a letter that's not an English letter at the end. Wasiyat. And there's also one more divine name, Arafia, and it's R-A-F as in Frank, I at the end. Rafia. And Arafia is the one who elevates. The one who elevates. And let yourself, is our human journey that we're on is a spiral, right? It's a cycle, but it's an elevating cycle. Each time we move through the cycle of that constriction and expansion, we have the opportunity to be elevated. So call on our Rafia as the one who elevates, right? And for everything that you go through, you have that opportunity to, yes, to expand and to open and receive more, but also to be elevated in your consciousness. So we call on our Rafia, Rafia, the one who elevates, to lift you and lift your consciousness in degree. And as you call on our Rafia, really call on this with gratitude in your heart as best you can. Like, let your heart beat in gratitude as you call on our Rafia. I find when you're in that state of gratitude, it just really deepens the level of receptivity into your cells, so that these divine powers and this flood of these divine energies can really go deep into your physical body and really transform your physical tissues, right? Because your tissues carry consciousness. As Dr. Bessel van der Kolk wrote the book, Your Body Keeps the Score. Your body holds all of the information from your life, right? But it also holds, it's like it can hold the story of your life, and let it hold the story of your evolution, because this evolution is a part of your life as well. So let your skin, your tissues, your connective tissues, all of the fascia that surrounds your body. Your fascia is very intelligent. Very intelligent. It's something we work with a lot in continuum movement, right? If you've ever taken any of my classes that use the continuum movement as a healing modality and an embodiment modality, it's like that's really working with the fascia and the microtubules and all of those layers deep into the tissues of the body. So let this Arafia, like, as it elevates you, like, really let yourself be in gratitude and in awe of the majesty and the miracles and the awe and wonder of this universe that we live in. Your body is a microcosm of the macrocosm. And your body contains everything of creation, of the entire universe, from the pure mind of God, the cosmic dimensions, the seven heavens, and the earth realms, right? Those are like the realms of the creation. And it's all contained. You're not a drop in the ocean. You're the ocean in a drop. It's all contained within your ocean, your drop. the ocean within your drop of your physical body. It's all contained and connected. So again, Yaqabid, let it bring everything to face toward your source and your unseen support team as you feel that tension and despair in your body. Breathe in that love, and let it draw you through the eye of the needle, leaving everything of the constriction behind. And then you'll boss it open. Let yourself be broadened, widened, expanded to receive in every cell of every fiber of your being this pure divine light, unconditional love, eternal compassion, the healing, the wholeness, the fullness of everything that is there for you. Right, and letting yourself receive. And when you feel it again, right, letting yourself go into that constriction, and again, bring the depths of your heart as it takes you into that deep place in your heart, into that depression, despair, that pain, whatever it is, just let yourself bring that again, like move all the way through it, bringing it to your source, to your unseen support team, letting that yearning that you find in the depth of your heart, letting it pull you through that eye of the needle, leaving that pain behind, and let that place that cracks open in your heart when you feel that pain, let that yearning from within there draw you through that eye of the needle to your source. And as you move through Yalbas, let yourself open and receive in every cell of every fiber of your being, that light, that love, that compassion, that healing. Let your being expand. Yalbas. And then calling on the divine name Yalwasia, the all-reaching, the all-embracing, and knowing that there is never any place that is outside of the realm of the divine powers, the divinity, and that which breathes you, that which moves you, and everything has its place and its purpose. So let it move you through into that place of expansion. Let yourself realize the all-encompassing, the all-reaching, the all-embracing, and Yah Rafia, the one who elevates. Let it elevate your consciousness. Let it shift your vibration. Let it elevate your frequency. Yah Rafia, and feel the gratitude in this. And as you feel that gratitude, just let it deepen the receptivity into every cell of your being, and let that really anchor everything that you've just received into every cell of every fiber of your being. Anchor it deeply in to every cell of everything. Let it be really deeply receive. Ya'abid, Ya'basit, Ya'wasia, Ya'rafia, and let yourself be elevated, your frequency be elevated, your consciousness be lifted to contain an all-encompassing view of what is moving for you at this time on this planet and what you're here to receive. Receive. And take a deep breath. Again, breathing all of your energy into your vertical core. Exhale, drop down and land into your pelvic bowl. Anchor into that center of gravity point in your sacral center, halfway front to back, halfway side to side. Lean into your vertical core. Let that string at the crown of your head lift up your spine, and just let yourself stand in your physical body. All of this vibrating from that filament, that central filament of your light bulb, intensifying, right? When the electricity intensifies along that filament gets brighter, right? And it shines brighter. So let that light shine into every cell of every fiber of your being, really lighting you up from the inside to the outside. So your whole being becomes this vibration of light. And now circle your shoulders, your arms, stretch out your arms, circle your wrists, stretch out your fingers, really let yourself feel And all your extremities, let this light expand into all of your extremities. Circle your neck, your head. So really let it move. You can move your hips, circle your hips, and stretch out your legs. Stretch out your ankles, circle your ankles and stretch out your toes. Feel this into every fiber of every cell of your being, from the inner to the outer. And again, in gratitude. So I'll open now for Q&A, and I'll bring the recording to a close. If you're listening to the recording, you're invited to join us live on Sundays at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. U.S. Pacific Time. You can find information for joining us live at communityforconsciousliving.com. communityforconsciousliving.com. While you're there, click Join the CCL Community and sign up to receive the reminders and the replays. You'll receive a reminder to join us live, the replays, when the replays are posted. And when you do, you receive 2 free gifts. One is a one-sheet downloadable 10 spiritual principles of our human existence to remind us of who we are, what this earth journey is about, why we're here. We need that reminder on a daily basis. So that's why it's on a one sheet, so you can print it out if you want to and post it, or you can make it your backdrop on your computer or your phone. Remind you of the truth of who and what you are. It also comes with a 15-minute downloadable guided meditation to help you connect with the pure divine light, unconditional love, and eternal compassion that is the core of who you are, at the core of your being. Great. With that, I thank you very much. Opening now for Q&A. And if you're not here with us, I'll see you next week.